Starting out the stretching session with a little sound bowl. I don't know if y'all can hear that with the mic, but we're gonna do a little bit of morning stretching with the foam roller. So I got the bigger, soft foam roller. This is really good if you're really sore or new to foam rolling. I would suggest going with the softer one. If you happen to have the shorter, more dense variation version, um, that's perfectly fine. But if it's uncomfortable, go ahead and use the softer one if you have it. I just got back into working out after dealing with a little bit of an Achilles injury. So I'm going to go ahead and use the softer, longer foam roller. Um, Forgot what I was going to say. Okay, we're going to start with our quads. All right. You're almost going into an elbow plank position. And when foam rolling the quads, you want to make sure you don't roll on top of the knee. All right, so up into the upper thigh, hip region, all the way down just above the knee, but don't want to actually go onto the kneecap. If you find a spot that's particularly tight, instead of trying to foam roll it out, just hold it and allow your leg to kind of sink into the foam roller wherever it's tight. It'll burn a little bit, almost feel like the muscle is melting into the foam roller. That's perfectly fine. We'll spend about another 30 seconds here. If foam rolling before a workout, you don't want to go too long. Up to 30 seconds per muscle group is about good. A minute if, things are real tight. But when we're just foam rolling and stretching in the morning or evening, again, depending on where you're at, you can spend a little bit more time here. Really work those knots out. Okay. Whew. Next, we're going to get our calves. So we'll turn over. You can get both calves at the same time, or you can do one or the other first, depending on how tight you are. So we'll start with getting both. All right, just see how that feels. So go ahead and rest your calves onto the foam roller. And you're just going to pick yourself up off the ground a little bit if you can. If not, just kind of push yourself, slide across the floor. And depending on how this feels, if you feel plenty in the calves, if they're real tight, then go ahead and just do both at the same time. But if you don't feel it too much, you can place one leg on top of the other and get a little bit deeper into the muscles. The calves are typically really tight. It's a dense area of muscle. So if you feel like anytime you foam roll or stretch the calves, you're like, man, my calves are always tight. That's perfectly normal. They do a lot of work every day, even when we're just walking. So if you're getting one side and then the other, yeah, we'll spend about 30 seconds to a minute on each side. You can spend longer doing this again if you're not preparing for a workout or anything like that, but man. And I know I'm wearing the same thing that I wore in the previous live, but here in Japan, so my morning is US evening. So I did a Wednesday evening live. So that was my morning here, Thursday morning here. Now it's Thursday, 11 p.m. So now it's y'all Thursday morning. I was going to change, but I was like, F it. I'll be all right. People make fun of me. It's okay. We're going to get our hamstrings next. All right. Whoo. Hamstrings might be a little tight too. This one usually gets people. And again, similarly to the calves, we're just going to have our hands underneath our shoulders and just roll them back and forth. Hopefully these are easy to follow along with. Again, if my instructions aren't clear enough or want me to be more specific about certain things, just let me know. Appreciate the feedback. Ooh. All right. You can also get the hamstrings one leg at a time too. If you feel some groin tightness, what you could do is take one leg and then just turn that foot in, get the inside. Don't be afraid to let out a few war cries. There's no shame in that. Muscles are pretty sensitive sometimes, so take it nice and easy this morning or this evening, again, depending on where you're at. Then after we get the hamstrings, we'll do some static stretching to start our day or end our night. And that'll be it for today. Nothing crazy. All right. Perfect. Okay. Let's go ahead and get that classic hamstring stretch that we did in PE back in the day. Sitting on the floor, getting the legs, feet nice and wide, as wide as we can. All right, and then we're gonna reach down to one side. If we're able to grab our toes, great. If not, if we have to grab our leg, that's perfectly fine, okay? And we're gonna hold for 20 seconds on both sides. I like to practice some deep breathing when I'm stretching as well. I do a lot of box breathing just to kind of manage my nervous system. I'll wake up in fight or flight mode sometimes, and I just gotta kind of regulate myself with a little box breathing. But switch sides if you haven't already. One thing that I found is that holding the exhale is the key part for me. Whenever I hold the exhale, I immediately feel calmer. It's kind of creepy almost. Go for a few more seconds on this opposite side. Okay, perfect. All right. Personally, my quads are really tight, so we're gonna turn over onto our stomach. Oh, we got some comments. I can't read from this far, but I appreciate the love. Hopefully y'all are getting a good stretch in with me. So with the on our stomach, if you're able to grab your foot, we'll do that. If you're not able to and have a towel, what you can do is wrap it around your foot and then pull the towel so you bring that leg towards you, if that makes sense. So I'm gonna grab the foot, our stomach, and then we'll hold here for about 20 seconds. You can just let your head rest, relax. Again, I've been coaching for almost 10 years now, but since I'm new to this YouTube live stuff, I'm actually a little bit anxious right now. So this stretching and deep breathing is good. And then switch sides. I'll go to the opposite side. You don't have to do all that to switch sides, but just so y'all can see. All right, we'll go for about 20 seconds here. Again, really holding that exhale when you breathe. It's gonna get that heart rate down. It's gonna tell your brain that you're safe. You can relax. You don't gotta be on alert mode. And it's a game changer too. Starting out your day with some deep breathing, good stuff. And then we'll go to our back and stretching just to kind of set the tone for the day. Really makes a big difference, especially when I got like a lot of clients talking and managing emotions. It's good to make sure that my baseline is steady. So we're gonna bring both knees to the chest, give ourselves a big hug. You can even rock back and forth a little bit. I might just be childish, but this is a bit enjoyable for me. We'll stay on our back for the next movement as well. Hopefully everyone's having a good week so far. It is Thursday, Friday Junior. But we're not overly anticipating the weekend, right? Because we enjoy our week too. All right, next, I guess I should explain what we're gonna do next. You're gonna lay on your back, legs straight, and then you're gonna bring one leg up as high as you can. You might find that the leg starts to bend. That's okay. All right, my hamstrings are a little tight as well. So again, you see that knee bending a bit. Then what we're gonna do is take our hands, clasp them behind our leg, and then pull towards us. Again, when you're stretching, you do want to feel it, but not too much to where it's uncomfortable or painful. Leg might get to shaking a little bit. And then we'll give ourselves a quick break here. Just let that foot drop and then bring that foot back up. See if you can take it a little bit further the second time. If you can, that's okay. Again, I got some clients that they bring their foot all the way back, legs straight. Pretty impressive. Relax that leg. We'll go one more time. Another way you can do this, if you have like a towel or a yoga strap, you can wrap it around the foot and then you can kind of open the leg out as well, get some hip opening action here. But for this morning, we'll just get our hamstrings, at least for right now. All right, switching sides. Might find that one side is tighter than the other. That's perfectly normal. We are born with imbalances, so don't be alarmed. My left side feels better than my right, today at least. Relax that foot. Bring it back up. Just a few more seconds on this. Perfect. Okay. We're gonna sit up. Get one of my favorite stretches in, opening up the hips lately. Or as I've gotten older, when I do the butterfly stretch, that's what we got next. I find that my hips pop quite a bit. Um, Perfectly fine. As long as, again, there's no pain or discomfort when you feel that pop, it's okay. Again, if the knees are a bit higher, that's perfectly fine. If you're able to get the knees down a bit lower to the floor, please do so. And we'll hold here for about 30 seconds. Get some neck circles too if you want here. And then I'll be honest, I don't have a name for this next movement. My freshman year in college, coming from Japan to the States, teammates getting to know them, giving me a hard time because I did this one really well. But it is a great stretch. It's going to open up the hips a little bit more. So you're going to have one leg in front of you, all right? Knee about 90 degrees. Then you're going to take that other leg, place that foot on the top knee, and then from here, folding down. Again, it might be real tight in the hips, so maybe the hip stays, or the knee stays here, I mean. That's perfectly fine. But if you're able to get it down, we'll get it down. And we'll hold for about 15 seconds here. But yeah, all my teammates were telling the coach that I could do this because I was from Japan. Um, I was gonna say I don't know what the correlation is, but I actually do. That's not why. I guess I just had good hip mobility at the time. Switch sides, but good icebreaker. Great way for me to become friends with everybody on the team. Deep breathing here. Yeah, that was the tricky part. Good stuff about box breathing is whenever I guess early on, I was really focusing on, let's go into a deep squat real quick to finish out. I was focusing on the inhale aspect of it, which is important, of course. But that phase, your heart rate actually elevates a little bit. It's the exhale and holding that exhale that really um, alerts the brain that you're safe. Um, it might even be a bit challenging to do, but you'll find that that's the part that really calms you down and gets your mind right. All right, Great job this morning or this evening. Oh, I should. Last time I got nervous and left the live all quick, but Denise, I appreciate it. Oh, Spotty, thanks for showing up. I need to do better with that stretch. Oh, the pigeon stretch. Yeah, you're right. It is the pigeon stretch. You're right. Appreciate that. How did I forget? But great job this morning. Hopefully, you guys could hear me okay, and y'all have a good one. I don't know when the next live is gonna be, but this was fun. Definitely something I'll do every week. Just need to get used to being in front of the camera. So again, appreciate everyone that showed up, all two of y'all, and I'll see y'all later.